Chosen one, listen, this moment is not coincidence. Heaven has paused your scroll because something is shifting in your atmosphere. You have been feeling it deep inside. Haven't you, that quiet pull in your spirit? The sense that something sacred is drawing near. You are standing at the edge of divine alignment, and God is sending someone into your life who will not just walk beside you, but awaken something within you that has slept for too long. Your heart has been through storms. You have loved deeply, lost painfully, and learned in silence. Many nights you asked, God, when will it make sense? And the answer was always this: preparation. You were being refined for something and someone holy. Every heartbreak carved space for what heaven is about to deliver. Before heaven releases divine partnership, it purifies intention. The waiting season wasn't punishment, it was pruning. You had to learn how to be whole alone, so that when the right connection comes, you won't cling from emptiness, but unite from purpose. The Word of God speaks through the book of Ruth, chapter 2, verse 12. May the Lord reward you for what you have done, and may you be richly repaid by the Lord, under whose wings you have come to take refuge. That refuge you sought in silence is where the divine plan was written. Heaven has seen your prayers, your silent tears, your unwavering faith when others walked away. And now, the Lord is aligning footsteps, someone whose spirit harmonizes with yours. Someone whose presence won't drain your peace but deepen it. You will not have to chase this connection. It will feel natural and peaceful. You won't have to beg for understanding or validation. This person will recognize you in the spirit before they know you in the flesh. It will be as if their soul says, "There you are." That moment will not be random. It will be orchestrated, chosen one. Heaven has been clearing your path. Certain people drifted away not because they were bad, but because they couldn't go where you're going. You've been asking, why does everyone leave when I start to grow? The answer is simple: not all can handle the weight of divine favor. The next person heaven sends will amplify that favor, not compete with it. You might feel the nudge to prepare your space, your heart, your life. That's not anxiety, that's the Spirit whispering, make room. The one being sent isn't just for comfort, but for calling. When they step in, purpose will rise. There will be confirmation through peace, timing, and supernatural ease. But remember this: the enemy knows what's coming. When heaven plans connection, hell plans confusion. Counterfeits will appear, people who mimic the promise but carry chaos in disguise. Don't be deceived by chemistry. Seek confirmation. God's presence never brings panic. The true one will carry stillness, not storm. There's a sacred peace that arrives before they do. You'll notice numbers repeating, dreams resurfacing, and a sudden clarity in your spirit. You'll feel like something or someone is drawing closer. That's not imagination, it's preparation. Heaven is aligning moments, adjusting timing, and preparing both hearts for a divine encounter that carries purpose beyond emotion. This person will not complete you. They will complement you. They will not distract you from your calling, they will remind you of it. Their voice will carry familiarity. Their energy will stir your spirit. When they speak, you will feel the same presence you feel when you pray. Chosen one, guard your heart during this season of approach. The enemy loves to rush what God intends to reveal. Don't run ahead of divine timing. Let the Lord unfold this connection naturally. When the right one comes, peace will be louder than confusion. This connection is not just for companionship, it's covenant. You two will walk together in purpose, but not just pleasure. You'll intercede together, dream together, war together. Every lonely night, every unanswered prayer, every hidden tear was leading here. Now, pause. Feel that stillness. That's heaven acknowledging you heard correctly. The divine interruption has begun. The one being sent will recognize your light because they've been walking through their own refining fire to reach this same moment. This is your confirmation. Heaven is not ignoring you. Heaven is aligning you. The promise is approaching in human form. Remain expectant and discerning. When the sign appears, don't dismiss it as coincidence, respond in faith. If your spirit feels this truth stirring, act now. Like this message, share it with someone who needs confirmation, and subscribe so you don't miss the next prophetic release. Comment the number 111 below, symbolizing divine order, unity, and the unfolding of heaven's timing. Heaven is already in motion. Prepare, for your divine connection is near. Chosen one, before heaven sends a divine connection. There is always a whisper. It's rarely loud. It doesn't crash through your days, it slides softly between your thoughts, showing up as a sudden stillness, a repeated dream, or a scripture that won't leave your heart. These are the quiet preparations of heaven, the subtle language of the Spirit that says, something is coming, stay alert. You might begin to notice patterns. Certain numbers follow you. A phrase echoes in random places. You cross paths with the same name repeatedly, or hear a song that speaks straight to your spirit. To most, these would seem like coincidences. But to you, who walks with spiritual awareness, they are divine hints that a heavenly alignment is near. The whisper before the arrival is a test of attention. God wants to know if your heart can recognize His voice beneath the noise of the world. That's why He speaks softly, to train your discernment. Because when the right person appears, you will need that same sensitivity to recognize what your spirit already knows. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 21. Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." That voice is not only direction, it's preparation. When heaven is about to intersect your path with another destiny, you begin to sense a stirring in your atmosphere. Your sleep changes, your desires shift. People who once satisfied your attention suddenly feel misaligned. It's not rejection, it's redirection. Heaven is clearing emotional clutter so your spirit can recognize what's truly meant for you. In this stage, the whispers might feel frustrating. God gives fragments, not the full picture. He reveals in glimpses because revelation without readiness would overwhelm you. The person being sent is not a casual addition to your life. They are a spiritual responsibility, and heaven will not reveal them until your discernment is trained to protect what is holy. Many ignore the whisper. They rush ahead, chasing the loud and visible. But heaven's signals are subtle, always cloaked in peace. Never pressure. God does not scream over chaos, He withdraws from it. So when the world grows noisy and you feel called to stillness, understand this: heaven is preparing you to hear something specific. Sometimes, the whisper will come through unusual channels, a conversation overheard, a stranger's words, a scripture that glows in your spirit. You'll find that the same message repeats itself in different forms until you finally pause and listen. That repetition is mercy. Heaven keeps speaking until you catch it. Chosen one, pay attention to how peace behaves around you. Peace is heaven's voice without words. When something or someone carries peace, that's your first sign of divine orchestration. You don't have to analyze or overthink it. Your spirit will know before your mind does, but also understand before the right connection arrives. The wrong ones often return. Old doors reopen, not to tempt you, but to test you. Heaven whispers, have you learned? Do you now know the difference between a distraction and a destiny? The still, small voice of God will never lead you backward. It always points forward, toward promise, purpose, and growth. There will be days when you doubt the whisper, thinking you've imagined it, yet something inside refuses to quiet down. That is how divine messages behave. They don't fade until they're fulfilled. Trust that persistent peace. Even when logic doesn't align, your spirit will sense truth. When the appointed time draws closer, everything starts syncing in strange harmony. You'll wake up thinking of something, and later the same thought will come from someone else's lips. Dreams will confirm feelings. A scripture will echo the words you prayed in secret. This is the divine rhythm before manifestation, the universe tuning itself to heaven's timing. Chosen one, resist the urge to chase signs. The whisper is not a puzzle for your mind, but a melody for your spirit. If you try to control it, you'll drown it out. Let the signs unfold naturally. Let them find you. God's language is peace, repetition, and timing, not chaos, urgency, or confusion. As the whisper grows clearer, gratitude becomes the key that keeps you aligned. Thank God even before you see the fulfillment. Gratitude magnifies sensitivity. When you thank heaven for what's coming, you train your heart to stay open to it. This is the calm before divine introduction. You are being tuned to a higher frequency, the sound of destiny approaching. The one God is sending is already feeling the same stirring, the same whisper on their end. Heaven speaks to both hearts at once, preparing two stories to collide in perfect timing. So listen well. Chosen one. Don't dismiss the gentle voice that keeps repeating itself. It's not your imagination, it's instruction. The whisper is heaven's way of saying, get ready. The next chapter is closer than you think. Chosen one. Your isolation was never abandonment, it was divine design. You've walked through silence that felt endless, nights when even prayer seemed unanswered. Yet heaven was not ignoring you. Heaven was shaping you. Every lonely hour, every unanswered call, every friendship that faded, it was part of God's refinement. Before alignment, there must be isolation. You cannot carry divine partnership if you're still attached to distractions. God needed to pull you apart so He could pull you higher. You had to unlearn your dependence on noise, attention, and validation. Solitude stripped away what you thought you needed and revealed what you truly are: whole, powerful, chosen. The voice of God declared through the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14. The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. Stillness became your secret weapon. While you thought nothing was moving, heaven was moving everything. In the silence, you learned to hear what most people miss: the gentle rhythm of divine timing. You stopped chasing what left and began trusting what stayed. You realized not every closed door was rejection. Some were divine redirections. Chosen one. The wilderness built your discernment. You now see beyond faces into spirits. You feel energy before words. That's why you can't connect like you used to. Your frequency changed. The ones who walked away were necessary exits. They weren't strong enough to stand beside your next level. God had to subtract before He multiplied. Your solitude was also heaven's protection. Had God allowed certain people to stay, they would have drained what He was restoring. The separation saved you. You were not left behind, you were set apart. Hidden, not forgotten. Protected, not punished. The one heaven is sending to you has also been walking through their own refining fire. They felt the same emptiness, the same ache. They too had to learn stillness before they could carry divine connection. Heaven often teaches two hearts in different rooms before allowing them to meet in the same one. When you finally cross paths, you'll understand why the silence was necessary. You'll recognize each other by the peace, not by appearance. The familiarity will be spiritual, like two notes in the same song. This is what divine alignment feels like: effortless, holy, and undeniable. But before that moment, you must protect your focus. The closer the promise gets, the louder the distractions become. Old doors may reopen, counterfeits might resurface. That's not punishment, it's testing. Heaven is asking, will you recognize the real thing when it comes? Or will you run back to what's familiar, stay anchored? The isolation was training your spirit to choose peace over presence, purpose over people. You don't need noise to know you're seen. You don't need attention to prove your worth. You have been approved in silence, chosen one. What feels like stillness is sacred construction. Heaven has been building behind the curtain. You are not late, you are right on schedule. And very soon, the person God has chosen will recognize your light because it matches theirs. Now, before you move on, declare your readiness. Type in the comments, "I am ready," when you write these words. You're not just commenting, you're performing a prophetic act. You're declaring before heaven that your isolation has fulfilled its purpose. You're announcing that you have learned, healed, and are prepared for divine connection. That public confession becomes a spiritual key, signaling that the refining season is complete and alignment can begin. Chosen one. The silence was never empty. It was a sacred rehearsal for what's about to enter your life. The next chapter begins not with noise, but with peace. Stand still, stay alert, and remember the one God is sending will find you exactly where you were refined. Chosen one. Heaven is closer than it feels. The air around you is shifting. What was once still is now alive with divine movement, preparing your heart for the destined encounter ahead. Every prayer you whispered in tears has been recorded in eternity. None were wasted. Each one became a seed, and now heaven's rain is falling to bring forth your answered harvest. The angels assigned to your journey are already arranging divine appointments. Your name has been spoken in rooms you've never entered, by voices you've never heard, for purposes beyond your imagination. When it happens, it will happen suddenly. The waiting will dissolve into clarity, the loneliness into purpose. Heaven's promise will arrive quietly, but its presence will thunder within your soul. Chosen one, something within you has begun to awaken. You are starting to notice what others overlook, to see what most dismiss. Heaven is opening your spiritual eyes, teaching you to perceive beyond the surface. You've begun sensing things before they happen, feeling energy in rooms, catching meanings behind words. This isn't coincidence, it's awareness. It's the Spirit sharpening your discernment so that when the divine connection arrives, your spirit will recognize what your eyes cannot. The natural world shows you facts, but the spiritual realm reveals truth. There's a difference. Facts change, truth remains. You've been trained to live by sight, but heaven is retraining you to live by revelation. The moment you begin to see with the inner eye, you stop falling for appearances. You stop being deceived by charm, flattery, and false promises. You begin to sense the essence of people, their motives, their spirit, their alignment. The Spirit of God spoke through the prophet Elisha in the second book of Kings, chapter 6, verse 17. Then Elisha prayed, "Open his eyes, Lord, so that he may see." And the Lord opened the servant's eyes, and he looked and saw the hills full of horses and chariots of fire all around. That is what heaven is doing for you, opening your inner sight. You will begin to discern what surrounds you spiritually: protection, alignment, and divine orchestration. You will no longer see your circumstances as random chaos, but as a sacred pattern designed to lead you into purpose. There are moments lately when time itself seems to pause. You look at a stranger and feel recognition, or you hear a phrase that vibrates deep inside, like an echo of something ancient. These are glimpses of the divine dimension brushing against your reality. Heaven is not far away, it is layered over your every moment. When your spiritual eyes open, you begin to notice divine order hidden in small things. A delay that saves you from danger. A conversation that shifts your mood. A silence that feels like guidance. Everything starts carrying meaning. You realize God has been speaking all along through weather, through timing, through people, through the stirrings of your heart. Chosen one. This awareness comes with responsibility. When heaven sharpens your sight, it expects stewardship. You can no longer pretend not to see. Once you've tasted discernment, ignorance becomes dangerous. You must learn to interpret signs with humility, not pride. The gift of sight is meant to protect, not to control. Your sensitivity is not weakness, it's proof of divine trust. The more you see, the more you will feel. Sometimes that burden feels heavy. You'll sense tension before others notice. Feel sorrow that isn't yours. Weep without knowing why. Don't suppress it. Those moments are your spirit interceding on heaven's behalf. It can be lonely to see what others can't. People might call you intense or distant because you read energy instead of words. But this isolation is sacred. It's the cost of clear vision. Those with prophetic sight often walk alone before they walk aligned. Remember, Jesus often withdrew to pray alone. Solitude preserves clarity. Chosen one, your perception is being elevated. You will begin to recognize when a person carries peace from God or unrest from another source. When you meet the one heaven sends, your spirit will feel still, not shaken. Peace will confirm what appearances cannot. As you grow in this awareness, also learn rest. Seeing more can exhaust the heart. Take moments to disconnect, to breathe, to return to stillness. Your vision is not meant to burden you, it's meant to guide you gently. The goal is not to analyze every moment, but to flow with the Spirit's rhythm. There will be times you sense danger before it comes, or opportunity before it's visible. That's divine foresight. Don't rush to explain it. Simply obey the inner prompting. Heaven's guidance rarely shouts, it whispers through instinct and peace. This is what spiritual maturity looks like, not seeing everything, but knowing what matters. You're learning to distinguish between noise and message, impulse and instruction. You're not being called to paranoia, but to perception. Chosen one, your vision is sacred. Protect it. Don't let distractions dim it. When your eyes open in the Spirit, you step into partnership with heaven. And once that happens, life stops being random, it becomes revelation. You are beginning to see through veils that once blinded you. What felt ordinary now carries divine weight. Every glance, every pause, every encounter becomes a mirror of heaven's movement, a sacred language between your soul and God's unfolding plan. Chosen one, this awakening is irreversible. Once your sight expands, you cannot return to blindness. You walk as one who sees the invisible, guided by divine instinct. From now on, every step you take will echo eternity's rhythm. Chosen one, discernment is your compass, but recognition is your light. Heaven is about to bring someone across your path who carries a signature unlike any other, an essence that will feel both new and familiar. Like hearing a melody you've loved but forgotten. You will not meet them through accident. The meeting itself will be an answered prayer wearing human form. You may wonder, how will I know if this person is truly from God? The answer is peace. Real peace does not shout, it settles. It doesn't demand attention, it brings calm. When heaven sends someone, they will not pull you away from your purpose. They will point you back to it. Their presence will not feel heavy, it will feel like rest, according to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 27. The human spirit is the lamp of the Lord that sheds light on one's inmost being. When this person enters your life, your lamp will glow brighter. You will feel seen without explaining yourself, heard without speaking too much. Conversations will flow easily. Silence will feel safe. That's the fingerprint of a divine connection. But to recognize them, you must stay rooted in light. Counterfeits appear first. They come dressed in the right words but carry the wrong energy. They promise forever yet disturb your peace. Don't rush discernment. Watch what their presence does to your spirit. Heaven's people bring alignment, not anxiety. You've been through enough cycles of disappointment to know the difference now. You've tasted false peace before, the kind that feels good for a moment but leaves you empty afterward. That's why heaven needed time to refine your senses. The next connection isn't just emotional, it's spiritual. It carries purpose. It will help activate the next chapter of your calling. When you meet this person, something deep in you will whisper, "Pay attention." The world may see two people meeting. Heaven will see two assignments aligning. This is why your discernment has been sharpening. It's so you don't mistake divine timing for coincidence. And as this word reaches you, pause for a moment and breathe. Let it settle. Feel the resonance in your chest. That warmth you sense isn't emotion, it's recognition. Heaven is preparing your awareness so that when the right soul appears, you won't question it. You'll know. Chosen one, as you journey through these revelations, I want to remind you of something gentle yet powerful. Every time you engage, when you listen, when you reflect, when you share, you help these words travel further, reaching another heart that might be on the verge of giving up. If this message has touched you, tap like. Think of it as lighting a small candle in the dark. Somewhere, someone lost might see that flicker and remember that hope still breathes. If you feel moved, share this message. That act is like placing a letter of comfort in a drifting bottle, letting heaven decide whose shore it will reach. If your spirit feels nourished here, subscribe. It's not a ritual, it's choosing to stay near a well that keeps your soul hydrated. Each message released here is another sip from that living stream. And finally, if your heart feels stirred to give, let it flow. There is no demand, no pressure, only invitation. Think of donation not as obligation, but as placing a seed into rich soil. Every seed helps this garden of words grow, so others wandering through deserts of despair can find shade and rest. Give only as peace allows. Even a small seed can bloom into a forest of hope when sown with love. And if today you have nothing to give but prayer, offer that. Prayer is water. It nourishes everything this work stands for. Heaven hears it and multiplies it beyond what hands can measure. Chosen one, this space is more than a voice. It's a sanctuary of light. Every heart that listens, shares, gives, or prays becomes part of that sanctuary. No act is small when done with love. The message remains: you will recognize the Divine One when peace, not excitement, fills your soul. Until then, keep your lamp burning and your spirit tuned. Heaven is closer than you think. Every word you've heard here is a seed of remembrance. Let it take root gently. Water it with stillness and gratitude, and watch how peace begins to bloom in quiet corners of your heart. When the appointed moment comes, you won't need to search. Heaven will place the divine connection directly in your path, as naturally as dawn follows night. Your only task is to stay awake to the signs. Chosen one. Keep walking softly, seeing deeply, and loving bravely. The promise is already unfolding, one heartbeat closer with every breath you take. Chosen one. Divine confirmation is never random. Before heaven releases a promise into the physical world, it first echoes through signs, dreams, and patterns. You are not imagining the repetition, it is heaven's language, speaking softly through everything familiar. Lately, you might have noticed moments that feel scripted, words you prayed showing up in a song, a stranger repeating a phrase that mirrors your private thoughts, a number that keeps following you no matter where you turn. These are not coincidences, they are whispers of divine alignment. Heaven is confirming what your heart already senses: something sacred is approaching. As was spoken in the sacred texts of old, in the book of Job, chapter 33, verses 14 and 15. For God speaks once, yes, twice, though man does not perceive it. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men. Dreams, symbols, and patterns, these are heaven's footprints in your daily life. When God is preparing to unite two destinies, He begins weaving threads long before you see the final tapestry. That is why the signs repeat. They aren't to confuse you, but to strengthen your trust. Every confirmation is heaven saying, keep believing, you heard right. You might start to see the same number sequence appearing at strange times on clocks, receipts, pages, or signs. Or perhaps the same message surfaces through different people. That repetition is mercy. God repeats Himself because He knows how easily doubt can drown faith. When you're close to manifestation, confusion becomes the enemy's final weapon. Chosen one. Heaven's timing is precise. When confirmation begins to multiply, it means your waiting season is shifting into the fulfillment stage. The signs do not arrive to tease you. They come to prepare you. The spiritual realm always moves before the physical does. What you're seeing are ripples of movement before the wave reaches shore. You may feel torn between faith and fear. Part of you believes and part of you hesitates. That tension is natural. It's the pull between the old self that relied on proof and the new self learning to trust the unseen. Don't resist it. Growth always feels like stretching. The key is to stay balanced. Don't obsess over every detail, but don't ignore the nudges either. God's confirmations carry peace, not panic. If you find yourself anxious, pause. Real confirmations never rush, they rest. They carry the fragrance of stillness. The one being sent to you may already be dreaming of you. Heaven often speaks to both hearts separately before allowing the connection to manifest. You are being drawn toward each other through divine frequency, pulled closer by obedience and timing. The more you surrender control, the clearer the signs become. Chosen one. This is a sacred dance between your faith and God's timing. Let heaven lead. When you see another confirmation, don't just react, respond with gratitude. Say quietly, I see you, Lord. Each acknowledgement opens the channel wider, allowing the next sign to come with greater clarity. And when the final confirmation arrives, you'll know. The peace will be different, steady, unmoving, full. It will silence every what if. You won't need validation from others, because heaven's signature cannot be forged. Sometimes the sign you've been praying for isn't a sound or symbol, it's a person. The right person, carrying the same divine rhythm as your spirit. When you meet, peace will be louder than any explanation. Heaven will not need to argue its case. Truth will speak through the stillness between your hearts. Chosen one. If this message resonates with the signs you've been seeing, mark this moment. Treat it as your confirmation that heaven has heard your prayers. And if your spirit feels aligned with what is unfolding, leave your declaration below as a sign of faith. Type the number 333 in the comments. When you write this number, do it slowly, consciously. It's not about digits, it's about declaration. 333 symbolizes the divine triangle, heaven above, your soul within, and destiny unfolding before you. It is the meeting point of alignment, the echo of agreement. Every 3 represents a promise: the Father's will, the Son's love, and the Spirit's guidance. Together they form completion, balance, and protection around your journey. By typing it, you are quietly saying, I hear you, I see the sign, I choose to walk in step with heaven. This simple act of faith turns comment into covenant. Heaven reads intention more than words. And when you write 333, you are marking this moment in eternity's record as the instant your heart said yes to divine timing. Chosen one. Heaven moves when faith responds. Every confirmation is an invitation. Stay attentive, stay peaceful, and remember what's meant for you will never need to force its way in. It will arrive with timing so perfect that only heaven could have arranged it. Chosen one. Once heaven begins to reveal a connection, it will also begin to test it. Not because God is cruel, but because purity must be proven before covenant is entrusted. Divine connections are not fragile, they are refined through fire. The testing season exposes motives, matures patience, and reveals truth beneath emotion. When the one God sends begins to appear in your life, everything may seem effortless at first. Conversation flows, peace feels constant, synchronicities multiply. But soon after, subtle challenges arise, misunderstandings, small delays, sudden distance. These are not signs of failure, they are filters. Heaven is watching how both hearts handle friction, how each responds when the glow fades and character must lead where chemistry cannot. As the apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 13, their work will be shown for what it is, because the day will bring it to light. It will be revealed with fire, and the fire will test the quality of each person's work. Fire does not destroy what is genuine, it reveals it. The same is true for divine relationships. God allows small disruptions to surface hidden intentions. Sometimes the delay isn't punishment, it's protection from premature attachment. Heaven will never release something meant to last until both hearts can withstand pressure. Chosen one. This is why some early connections crumble. They were never assignments, only rehearsals. You learned through them how to communicate, how to forgive, how to guard your peace. Those experiences were your classroom, not your covenant. And now, because of them, you carry wisdom that will sustain what's next. When the test begins, don't panic. Testing is heaven's way of strengthening the foundation before the structure rises. Every divine union must be built on truth, not illusion. The test may appear as distance, miscommunication, or waiting, but its purpose is the same: to refine trust. You will learn whether the connection is rooted in emotion or anchored in purpose. There will be moments you question, did I hear wrong? Did I misread the sign? But remember, silence doesn't mean separation, it means God is observing. Heaven often steps back after revelation to see if you'll trust what was spoken when feelings quiet down. Faith isn't proven in excitement, it's proven in endurance. You may also notice that the more the connection deepens, the more distractions arise. Old habits, past attachments, insecurities, they resurface not to ruin the bond, but to reveal what still needs healing. Divine connection mirrors you. It will bring comfort, yes, but it will also confront. The person God sends will not only celebrate your light, they'll challenge your shadows. Don't run from that mirror. Growth often looks like discomfort. The person meant for you will not feed your ego, they will feed your purpose. They will speak truth even when it stings, and love you through your refining. That is the mark of heaven's involvement. Love that builds, not breaks. Correction wrapped in care. Chosen one. Understand this divine testing is not about proving your worth. It's about preparing your capacity. God is making sure that when He gives you what you prayed for, you can handle it without losing yourself. The waiting, the misunderstandings, the emotional waves, they're all training your spirit to remain steady in both blessing and battle. During testing, don't fight to control outcomes. Control is fear's disguise. Let the lesson unfold naturally. Respond with grace, not reaction. The one who is truly sent from God will value peace more than pride. If they are meant for you, they will meet you at the altar of patience, not the battlefield of ego. And if at any point the connection fades, do not mourn as if you've lost something permanent. When God removes, He replaces with better. Sometimes heaven allows a connection to break temporarily so both hearts can grow individually before returning stronger. Other times, the break is final because the purpose was already fulfilled. Either way, peace follows obedience. The test isn't about whether the other person stays, it's about whether your faith does. Even when faces change, the lesson remains. God is more concerned with your transformation than your timeline. Chosen one. This season is where roots form. When the wind comes, it is not to uproot but to strengthen. The connection heaven is forming will stand only if you both learn to bend, not break. So let patience do her perfect work. Trust that whatever survives the testing has heaven's fingerprints all over it. You are not losing anything sacred by waiting or enduring. You are proving ready for something eternal. Testing is the final threshold before fulfillment. Step through it with grace, knowing that what endures the fire will emerge shining, refined, unshakable, divine. Chosen one. Heaven rarely sends miracles wrapped in the extraordinary. Most often, they appear clothed in simplicity, ordinary faces, quiet gestures, unplanned moments. The divine prefers disguise because only eyes trained in the Spirit can recognize what the world overlooks. When the one God sends steps into your life, they may not arrive in glory but in gentleness. Their presence will not overwhelm. It will awaken. At first glance, nothing may seem remarkable. You might cross paths in a simple setting at work, in conversation, through a coincidence too precise to ignore. It won't be grand. It will be right. Their energy will feel steady, not flashy. Their words may be few, but your spirit will lean forward as if it has been waiting for this voice for a very long time. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 16, "Blessed are your eyes because they see, and your ears because they hear." When heaven speaks through flesh, recognition happens before understanding. You will feel it, not reason it. It's the warmth that rushes through your chest, the calm that follows their presence. It's the sudden knowing that this connection is not happening to you, it's happening for you. But remember, heaven hides revelation within humility. The person sent to you will not announce themselves as divine appointment. They might even seem unaware of the role they carry in your story. That's how heaven preserves purity, by concealing purpose until hearts are ready. You'll only realize the weight of their presence once your spirit begins to align with theirs in rhythm and peace. Chosen one. Many miss their divine connections because they chase spectacle instead of sincerity. They look for fireworks and miss the steady flame. God does not send performers, He sends partners. The one He ordains will not entertain your emotions, they will edify your soul. Their words will carry a rare honesty. They will not flatter you with false promises, but their silence will hold truth. You will notice that when you speak of your dreams, they listen as though hearing a language they already know. They will not compete with your calling, they will confirm it. Sometimes heaven speaks through gestures rather than sentences, a kindness offered without expectation, a prayer whispered in your absence, a patience that feels supernatural. These small acts are heaven's vocabulary. They translate divine love into human form. You'll know it's real because it doesn't demand attention. It simply exists. And yet, this recognition will challenge you. You may wrestle with disbelief, fearing it's too good to be true. That's natural. You've known too many counterfeits, too many fleeting promises. But pay attention, divine presence feels nothing like illusion. Illusion excites, divinity steadies. It doesn't pull you out of peace, it deepens it. When heaven speaks through a person, it doesn't just comfort, it corrects. This person may unintentionally mirror areas in you that still need healing. Don't resist it. Their role is not only to love you, but to refine you. Through them, God will highlight unhealed wounds, unspoken fears, and dormant strengths. The connection becomes both sanctuary and sharpening. You will find yourself inspired again. Dreams that felt impossible will stir to life. Hope will no longer be theory, it will become atmosphere. You'll start to remember who you are, not because they tell you, but because their presence awakens what God already placed inside you. Chosen one. This is how heaven operates. It hides revelation inside relationship. The divine uses ordinary people as vessels of extraordinary purpose. The one being sent to you is not coming to complete you, but to connect with you. So both of you can complete something far greater together. Still, be discerning. The same humility that allows recognition must guard against idealization. Do not worship the vessel, honor the source. The beauty of divine connection is not found in perfection, but in purpose. When God speaks through someone, He does not erase their humanity. He amplifies their sincerity. There will come a day when you look back and realize how quiet the moment was when everything began to change. It won't have been thunder or fire, but a whisper disguised as an encounter. That's the signature of heaven's stillness birthing significance. Chosen one. Don't rush to define the person God sends. Let revelation unfold at its own pace. The more you observe through the eyes of peace, the clearer their purpose will become. When heaven speaks through flesh, the sound is subtle, but the echo lasts a lifetime. Chosen one. When two spirits begin to move toward each other under heaven's orchestration, the atmosphere shifts. You feel it before you see it, the pull, the restlessness, the gentle hum beneath daily moments. This is spiritual chemistry, not emotion. It's the invisible gravity that draws two purposes together. You might not understand it at first. Their name lingers in your mind. Their presence feels strangely familiar. It's not obsession, it's recognition. Your souls have met before, perhaps not in this lifetime, but in divine intention, where assignments are written long before bodies breathe. As the Apostle Paul revealed in his letter to the Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 10. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. You see, heaven prearranged meetings that serve the kingdom. When your connection is divine, it won't revolve around desire alone, it will revolve around destiny. The attraction will have purpose. It will not merely excite your heart, it will awaken your calling. This kind of chemistry doesn't need constant reassurance. It flows like two rivers meeting to form one current. There's no chaos, no guessing, only peace with depth. It's a connection that feels both powerful and pure, strong enough to inspire, gentle enough to heal. Still, be cautious. Spiritual attraction can feel intense because energy recognizes energy, but not every connection that sparks is sacred. Fire can warm or burn depending on what fuels it. That's why discernment remains essential. Divine chemistry carries peace, not pressure. It pulls you closer to purpose, not away from it. When you meet the one heaven has chosen, you'll notice alignment in the smallest things: values, rhythm, vision. Conversations will feel like prayer. Laughter will heal and silence will speak. The two of you will become mirrors of grace, reminding each other of what God whispered before time began. Chosen one. Understand this: divine chemistry is never coincidence. It is assignment disguised as affection. Heaven pairs people not just to love, but to build, to lift, to protect, to reveal hidden parts of one another that could only emerge through divine connection. This union won't compete with your individuality. It will complete your purpose. You'll still be you, but sharper, wiser, fuller. Together you'll carry something no one else can replicate: the sound of heaven harmonized through two obedient hearts. Yet with every divine union comes testing. The connection will expose both beauty and brokenness. You'll learn patience, forgiveness, humility. Heaven doesn't send perfect people, it sends purposeful ones. The chemistry between two anointed souls refines, challenges, and strengthens, not to break you, but to prepare you for shared assignment. When the connection begins to unfold, avoid rushing. Let timing ripen naturally. What heaven begins, heaven will sustain. Don't chase it, cherish it. Don't control it, cultivate it. Every divine bond grows best in peace, not performance. And remember, divine chemistry is not about ownership, it's about stewardship. You don't receive this person to fill emptiness. You meet them to multiply light. When two chosen ones unite, their glow intensifies, becoming a beacon that draws others back to hope, faith, and truth. Chosen one, this is why your heart had to be healed first. The fire inside you needed to burn steady, not wild. Now that you've learned to stand in peace, heaven can entrust you with someone who won't extinguish your flame but will breathe life into it. When that person arrives, your spirit will whisper, "It's time," and peace will follow like a shadow that never leaves. If you can already feel the echo of that truth, if your heart stirs as you read these words, then anchor it now. Declare your readiness before heaven and earth. Type in the comments, "I feel it." Say it not as a guess, but as an agreement. Those 3 words are your spiritual nod to heaven, a soft yes whispered into eternity. When you write them, you're not forcing anything, you're acknowledging that your spirit recognizes the vibration of what's unfolding. You feel it because heaven is near, and soon, that unseen pull will take form. Purpose meeting purpose. Light meeting light. When you type, "I feel it," you're doing more than leaving a comment, you're responding to heaven's whisper. Those 3 words are a sacred echo, saying, "I recognize the movement. My spirit is awake." Each letter becomes agreement, like a key turning in the lock of divine timing. Heaven doesn't look at the screen, it looks at the sincerity flowing through your fingertips, measuring faith in motion. So write it with peace, not pressure. Let your heart mean every word. For when faith is expressed, even silently, angels record it as worship and heaven begins to align what your soul already feels. Chosen one. Every time heaven begins to bring 2 divine paths together, darkness becomes restless. When light starts to unite with light, the shadows tremble. You may have already felt it, the sudden confusion, the unexpected fatigue, the doubt whispering, "Maybe this isn't real." These are not random feelings, they are resistance. Every divine alignment attracts opposition because it carries power. But take heart. Darkness only attacks what carries promise. The storm before connection is proof that heaven is near. The enemy's greatest fear is not your isolation, it's your union. Because when two chosen ones come together under divine instruction, they don't just love, they ignite. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 27, verse 1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Fear may try to creep in, but remember you carry light. And light, even the smallest flame, shatters darkness. The enemy cannot touch what is sealed by obedience. So, when you feel spiritual pressure, don't panic, praise. Praise turns fear into fire. Worship turns trembling into triumph. Chosen one. This is a season where discernment and peace must walk hand in hand. The closer the divine connection come, the louder distractions will get. You'll notice counterfeits rising, people who mimic purpose but drain your peace. You'll see opportunities that look bright but lead to burnout. This is not punishment, it's proof that you're standing at the threshold of destiny. The enemy knows he can't destroy you, so he tries to distract you. That's why clarity is your weapon. In this season, protect your focus like a candle in the wind. Shield your flame. Speak gently to your soul. Remember that not every open door is divine. Some are distractions dressed as destiny. Still, there's no reason to fear. You were born for this battle. Every tear, every trial, every test you've survived has trained you to stand in light without trembling. You are not weak, you are aware. You see what others miss, and that awareness is your armor. When the tension rises, take it as a reminder that you are moving in the right direction. Pressure always comes before breakthrough. When the seed feels buried, that's when it's closest to breaking open. You are not being buried. Chosen one, you are being planted, so that soon, what's been hidden will bloom. You've come this far not by luck, but by grace. Every message you've received, every moment of clarity, it's been heaven guiding you home to yourself. This space where you listen, reflect, and feel seen is part of that guidance. Here, you are reminded that your light matters, that your faith isn't forgotten. And if these words have touched your spirit, if they've wrapped around your heart like a calm after rain, then let that peace guide you in how you respond. Tap like if you feel this message glow inside you. Think of it as placing a lantern in your window, telling heaven, I'm still here, still believing. Share this message if you sense someone else might be standing in their own storm. When you share, it's as if you're casting a lifeline into the dark, helping another soul find shore. You never know who might need the reminder that light still wins. Subscribe if you feel this is your place of refuge, your well of words that refresh the soul. Subscribing isn't obligation, it's returning to a familiar fireplace where every message rekindles your spirit with warmth and purpose. And if you feel led, consider giving freely, joyfully. Think of your donation not as payment, but as pouring water onto a living seed. Each drop helps these messages reach further, flowing into hearts that haven't yet found peace. Your kindness becomes the quiet wind that carries light into unseen corners of the world. But hear this clearly, there is no demand, no condition, no weight. Giving, like love, only holds power when it is free. If all you can offer is a whisper of prayer, then know that heaven treasures that as much as gold. Chosen one, your support, whether through presence, prayer, or generosity, is the gentle thread keeping this light burning across countless souls. You are not just a listener, you are part of this divine story. So as you stand in your season of warfare and wonder, keep your heart steady. Let your faith be your fire. And remember, darkness trembles not because you shout, but because you shine. Chosen one. Every divine story includes a pause, a sacred silence between revelation and fulfillment. That pause is not punishment. It is the breath of heaven preparing the next movement. You may have already felt it. Things suddenly slow down. Conversations become fewer, and what once felt certain now feels suspended. Do not fear this stillness. The same God who spoke the promise is now arranging the timing. The space between meeting and merging is the proving ground of faith. It is where trust either deepens or dissolves. In this waiting, God teaches you not to confuse delay with denial. Heaven never forgets what it ordains. It simply aligns everything until the moment can bear the weight of blessing. The prophet Jeremiah spoke what is written in chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Those words remain true even in silence. The same God who made you promises is not finished. He's perfecting the path that leads to their manifestation. The quiet space is where roots strengthen, where discernment sharpens, where both hearts mature enough to hold what heaven is preparing. Chosen one, divine delay is not wasted time. It's sacred preparation. In the silence, heaven is polishing details you cannot yet see. The one meant for you is also in a season of shaping. Heaven doesn't just deliver connections, it builds capacity so both souls can sustain what is being sent. Think of this season as the hush before sunrise. The night is not denial, it is necessary contrast. Without darkness, light cannot be recognized. God often hides his most beautiful work in the hours when nothing seems to move. Beneath that silence, spiritual soil is breaking open. Unseen roots are stretching deep, and divine timing is finding perfect alignment. Waiting is not passive, it is active surrender. It takes strength to stay still when everything inside you wants to move. Yet in this restraint, heaven refines your hearing. When all other voices quiet, you begin to recognize God's tone, the soft guidance that is easy to overlook when life is loud. Sometimes the delay exposes impatience, and that exposure is mercy. You learn what parts of your heart still demand control. You realize how often you try to script the miracle rather than trust the process. But as days pass and peace returns, you begin to see that surrender is not losing power, it's gaining perspective. Chosen one, the delay also protects what's sacred. If the connection came too soon, it would collapse under unprepared hearts. God withholds not to withhold love, but to protect purpose. The promise is safe because it's being seasoned. He is aligning timing, temperament, and trust. While you wait, don't let longing become your language, so let gratitude be your breath. Thank God for what's forming unseen. Gratitude transforms waiting into worship. It reminds heaven that you trust the author even when the next chapter hasn't turned. Sometimes heaven's quiet feels heavy. You'll wonder, did something go wrong? Did I miss the sign? No. Chosen one. Silence is often confirmation that everything is moving correctly. The noise stops when the alignment is nearly complete, just as a symphony pauses before its final note. Heaven pauses before release. During this sacred interval, tend your heart. Strengthen your connection with God rather than striving for connection with others. Let the Spirit rebuild your confidence. Rest. Feed your mind with peace and truth. The next chapter will demand strength, not exhaustion. Understand this when God hides you. He's not denying your destiny, he's protecting it from premature exposure. What is divine cannot be rushed. It will arrive when both your heart and your atmosphere can receive it fully. And when the silence finally breaks, you'll realize why it had to last this long. Every unanswered question will make sense. Every delay will reveal its purpose. You'll see that heaven was never late. It was precise. Chosen one. Trust this pause. It's not emptiness, it's incubation. The quiet is holy. The one being prepared for you is being taught patience in the same silence. When God finally says now, everything will converge effortlessly. The waiting will end not with noise, but with peace so deep it feels like recognition. Until then, breathe. The pause is not the end, it's the inhale before divine manifestation. Soon, what feels like delay will become divine synchronization. The waiting will dissolve, and everything heaven promised will unfold gently, exactly when your heart is ready. Chosen one. Stay steady in faith. Each quiet moment carries unseen movement. Heaven's clock never misses a second. It's already counting down to your appointed moment of revelation. Chosen one, the moment of revelation draws near. The air around your spirit feels charged, softly electric, alive with unseen movement. It is not anxiety. It is alignment. Heaven is shifting everything into place. The long silence is beginning to break, and soon what you only sensed will stand before you. There will come a moment when peace wraps around you without reason. No message, no vision, no voice, just stillness that hums with divine certainty. That is how you'll know the promise is here. Heaven does not announce fulfillment with noise. It enters quietly, confident in its purpose. As was written in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not delay. You have waited faithfully, prayed persistently, endured silently. Every tear became seed. Every delay became shaping. Now the appointed time approaches. You won't have to chase it, it will find you, because heaven remembers coordinates better than clocks. What is meant for you cannot miss you. Chosen one. When revelation comes, peace will lead the way. Do not look for lightning, look for calm. The world teaches you to expect drama, but heaven's confirmations are gentle. The one sent for you will not stir chaos. They will steady the air around you. You'll feel clarity instead of confusion, and joy without striving. This is the sign: rest in the presence of what used to make you restless. That's how you'll know God's hand is in it. The person heaven brings will carry the same peace you've been cultivating in solitude. You'll sense reflection, not rescue; familiarity, not fantasy. There will be no urge to prove, no anxiety to perform, just a deep recognition that whispers, "This is holy." Yet remember, divine revelation is not about completion, it's about continuation. The journey does not end when the connection appears. It evolves. Heaven reveals in layers, not leaps. The relationship will unfold like sunrise, soft at first, then radiant. As this happens, keep humility as your anchor. Don't idolize the connection, honor the one who arranged it. The person is a vessel of blessing, not the source of it. Gratitude keeps revelation pure. Chosen one. When heaven reveals its promise, emotions will rise. That's natural. You will cry, smile, fall silent, perhaps even doubt the beauty before you. Let those feelings move through you, but don't let them rule you. Let peace, not passion, be your compass. You have grown enough to know the difference between a spark that fades and a flame that endures. This time, the light will not burn out, it will guide. The moment of revelation is also the moment of choice. You must step forward in faith, trusting what your spirit knows even when your logic trembles. Fear will whisper. What if you're wrong, but faith will answer? What if this is everything God promised? Trust that voice of faith. It's the echo of every prayer you've ever prayed. And now, as you read these words, pause. Feel the atmosphere shift inside you, that gentle quickening in your heart that's heaven confirming what your soul already knows. The appointed time is closer than you think. Chosen one. Mark this moment. Heaven has heard. Heaven has aligned. Heaven is revealing. This message is your confirmation, your reminder that God's promises are not theories, they are appointments waiting for the right hour. If this word resonates in your spirit, seal it in faith. Type the number 777 in the comment. When you write this number, do it with peace, not pressure. 777 represents divine completion, heavenly fulfillment, and perfect timing. Each 7 echoes a stage of grace, the promise, the process, the perfection. By typing it, you are saying, I agree with heaven's timing. I receive what's been prepared for me. This is not superstition, it is symbolic surrender. Numbers are only vessels, the power lies in your intention. When faith is expressed, heaven takes note. This simple act of obedience becomes a seed of alignment, silently declaring, my waiting has turned to readiness. Chosen one, heaven has not forgotten. The signs are converging, the vision is ripening, and the revelation is near. Stay present, stay peaceful, and let divine timing finish its masterpiece. When the promise appears, you will not wonder, you will simply whisper, it was always you. When you type 777, you're not chasing luck, you're declaring alignment. Each 7 vibrates like a bell through eternity, ringing out faith that says, I'm ready for fulfillment, not fantasy. Heaven receives your declaration as harmony, not noise. The numbers become melody, your faith becomes music. And as that sound rises, angels move, doors unlock, and divine timing begins to sing your name. Chosen one, revelation is only the beginning. Once heaven unveils the person or promise it prepared, the true work begins, the work of obedience. Recognition without response is unfinished faith. God reveals so you can move, not just marvel. The next step will require courage, not comfort. This is where many turn back. They pray for signs, receive them, and then freeze in fear. But divine alignment asks for action. You cannot cling to the safety of what was when heaven invites you into what is. Faith is motion, it breathes, it walks, it steps even when sight is limited, according to the writings in the book of James, chapter 2, verse 17. Faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. Heaven's plans unfold when obedience begins. The one sent into your life may already be within reach, but heaven waits for your response before releasing fullness. God will never force what requires partnership. This connection, this calling, this destiny, each demands your yes. Chosen one, obedience does not mean rushing, it means aligning. You'll feel the prompting small, steady, sacred. Maybe it's a nudge to speak, to forgive, to reach out, or simply to remain still and pray. Whatever heaven asks, do it with peace. Delayed obedience often becomes silent disobedience. The window of favor opens when faith listens quickly. Yet obedience also requires discernment. Not every impulse is divine instruction. The Spirit's voice never shouts, it rests like a breeze that carries conviction but not confusion. You'll know it's God because peace will follow, even if the step feels uncertain. True instruction is gentle, never manipulative. It invites, never forces. Sometimes obedience will stretch your comfort. Heaven may ask you to love someone who wounded you or to trust again after betrayal. It may ask you to release control, to walk into the unknown without full explanation. These moments are not tests of strength, but of surrender. God wants your heart more than your performance. Chosen one, Understand this obedience always opens doors that talent never could. A single yes can rewrite generations. When you move in sync with heaven, creation responds. You begin to notice coincidences transforming into confirmations, obstacles shifting into opportunities. What once felt impossible becomes natural, because obedience places you back in divine rhythm. There will be moments when fear whispers louder than faith. The unknown will look enormous, and your steps will feel small. But remember, courage is not the absence of fear, it's walking while afraid. Heaven rewards motion. Even a trembling yes carries weight in the spirit realm. Obedience often costs comfort. You may lose certain people, patterns, or plans that once felt secure. But every surrender is sacred. Each loss in obedience becomes seed for greater harvest. God never takes without intention. When you let go of what no longer serves your spirit, your hands become free to receive what was meant to stay. Chosen one. Walking in obedience means trusting that the one who led you this far will not abandon you now. You are not walking blind, you are walking guided. Heaven's hand may be invisible, but it is near. Every step you take in obedience echoes through eternity, aligning miracles you cannot yet see. And know this: obedience doesn't just bless you, it blesses those connected to your calling. Your courage becomes someone else's confirmation. The strength you show today becomes another's reason to hope tomorrow. That's why heaven invests so deeply in your yes. It is never just about you. When you act on what heaven reveals, the supernatural becomes natural. Doors that resisted for years swing open. Conversations align, timing unfolds, resources appear. It's not coincidence, it's consequence. Obedience activates divine order, so when you hear the whisper, "Go, go," when you feel the pull, wait. Heaven's instructions are not burdens, they are blueprints. You may not understand the path, but you will recognize the peace that follows each step. Chosen one, this is your turning point. What began in revelation will now evolve through obedience. Heaven is not testing your worth, it is trusting your willingness. Each step you take in faith becomes a footprint in eternity's sand, marking a life lived in alignment with the Creator's design. You have prayed, waited, and believed. Now, it is time to respond. Heaven has written your next move in light. All that remains is your yes. And when you give it, the universe itself will adjust to accommodate obedience. For nothing moves the hand of God like a surrendered heart. Chosen one. Heaven never designs connection merely for comfort. It designs it for covenant. There will come a time when the divine relationship you've recognized and obeyed begins to reveal its deeper purpose, not just companionship, but assignment. This is where covenant replaces chemistry, where love becomes mission. In the early glow, emotions lead. It feels effortless, miraculous even. But covenant lives beyond emotion. It endures through purpose. When God binds two souls, He binds them not for entertainment, but for expansion. What you build together is meant to carry light into places neither of you could reach alone. The ancient words recorded in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 and 10 remind us two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor if either of them falls down. One can help the other up. This is covenant mutual strength, not dependency. Divine partnership multiplies capacity. One prays while the other presses forward. One speaks while the other intercedes. Together, you become the echo of God's unity on earth, a living parable of heaven's harmony. But covenant requires clarity. Feelings fade, and only purpose sustains. You'll know the difference between worldly attachment and divine alliance when storms arise. Attachment crumbles when comfort is gone. Covenant endures when only faith remains. Chosen one. The person heaven joins to your life will challenge you to grow. They will hold you accountable to your calling, not allow you to settle in mediocrity. There will be moments of friction, not because the connection is wrong, but because growth demands stretching. Iron sharpens iron, and sparks are proof of refinement. Covenant does not mean perfect agreement, it means shared surrender. You both will learn to yield to the same spirit even when you differ in perspective. That's how heaven preserves unity. Your disagreements will become doorways to deeper understanding when humility leads. The beauty of divine covenant is that it doesn't erase individuality. It amplifies identity. God does not merge souls to make them indistinguishable. He intertwines them so their distinct purposes can harmonize. You remain who you are, but now your voice carries resonance. Chosen one, you will begin to notice that peace flows through this connection like current through copper. Together, your prayers will pierce through resistance that once seemed immovable. When one feels weary, the other will stand as shield. That is heaven's arithmetic, two lights amplifying into one radiant flame. However, this covenant also carries responsibility. The closer you grow, the more carefully you must guard the connection. The enemy cannot destroy what heaven ordains, but he can distract. Pride, comparison, and complacency are his tools. Never forget that the bond you share is not a trophy to display. It is an altar to maintain. Guard it with humility. Keep communication clean and consistent. When offense arises, choose forgiveness quickly. Do not allow temporary hurt to build permanent walls. The power of covenant lies in its continual renewal, daily grace, daily choice, daily surrender. Sometimes you will carry the connection through prayer alone when the other feels weak. Other times, you'll be the one upheld. Heaven weaves equality through exchange. No one carries forever and no one walks alone. Covenant also requires boundaries. Love that flows freely must still be stewarded wisely. Protect your energy, guard your intimacy, and never let familiarity replace reverence. The sacred should remain sacred. Keep God at the center, not as decoration but direction. Chosen one, covenant is a mirror reflecting Christ's relationship with his people, enduring, selfless, redemptive. Through this bond, you will learn what divine love truly means, not comfort, but calling, not fleeting passion, but eternal partnership. It's the kind of love that builds altars instead of thrones. This relationship will not only bless you, it will bless those who witness it. Others will see your unity and feel hope rise in them again. Your story will become evidence that heaven still writes beautiful endings for those who wait in faith. And even when trials come, as they surely will, the memory of how heaven orchestrated your meeting will remind you that this connection was never accidental. It was written in eternity's language, sealed in purpose, sustained by grace. Chosen one, covenant over chemistry means choosing purpose when feeling fades, choosing forgiveness when pride tempts, choosing faith when sight fails. It is the quiet, daily yes that keeps heaven's flame alive between two hearts, willing to serve rather than seek control. This is divine partnership, two souls moving as one heartbeat in service to something greater than themselves. Not perfect, but pure. Not without storms, but unshakable in faith. And when covenant takes root, it becomes living testimony. Your love turns into language heaven understands, faith expressed through unity, shining quietly, teaching others how divine purpose can look like tenderness. Chosen one. When covenant forms, heaven rejoices but earth begins to tremble. Every divine union sends shockwaves through darkness because unity built in purpose is unstoppable. From the moment your lives align, Your presence together becomes prayer in motion. You are no longer walking, you are warring through love. Yet even in divine partnership, vigilance is vital. You are not fighting each other, you are fighting for each other. The strength of your connection will be tested not by storms outside, but by whispers within doubt, fatigue, misunderstanding. Guard your peace as a gardener guards tender roots. The Word of God declares in the book of Nehemiah, chapter 4, verse 9, "But we prayed to our God and posted a guard day and night to meet this threat." So must you. Prayer builds walls, and gratitude keeps gates strong. Keep your covenant bathed in prayer. Let your shared laughter be your watchtower, your forgiveness the fortress walls. Chosen one, when two lights unite, darkness searches for cracks. Sometimes it will come in subtle ways, distractions disguised as busyness, comparison masquerading as ambition. But remember, your connection is not competition. It's choreography. Each of you moves differently, but both dance to heaven's rhythm. There will be times you grow weary. That is when you must return to the source. The same light that brought you together will sustain you. Revisit the memory of your meeting, the first piece that confirmed your hearts. That remembrance becomes oil to refill your lamps when faith flickers. And while you continue this journey, pause for a moment and breathe in what this message stirs. Let gratitude fill the space between your breaths. You are not reading mere words, you are being reminded of the sacred weight of your story. If these words awaken something in you, let that emotion flow into gentle action. Tap like if you feel this truth resonate like a soft heartbeat within. It's more than a button, it's lighting a candle on your windowsill, a signal to heaven saying, "I'm still standing in faith." Share this message if you sense another heart might need it. Sharing is not obligation, it's passing the torch of understanding. Imagine handing someone a lantern when their night feels too long, saying, "Here, take some of my light until you find your own." Leave a comment if a specific line or feeling found you here. Your words become part of a living tapestry of testimonies. Somewhere, another soul might read your reflection and realize they are not alone. A few honest words can open locked hearts better than any sermon. Subscribe if this space has become a small sanctuary for your spirit. Think of it not as following, but as returning to a familiar garden where every message feels like water for thirsty roots. You are not joining a channel, you are staying connected to a flow that continually refreshes faith. And finally, if your heart feels stirred, consider giving not out of pressure but peace. Let donation be a seed you plant in unseen soil. You're not buying blessing, you're nurturing the ground that grows these words for others still wandering. Every seed, no matter how small, becomes part of a forest of faith that shelters countless souls. But if what you can give today is only silence and prayer, that is also sacred. Your prayer is rain. It falls softly, unseen, yet nourishes every root of this ministry. Heaven hears your quiet offerings louder than coins. Chosen one, know that your engagement, your listening, your reflection, your compassion is already support. This space breathes because souls like yours believe that light shared multiplies. Nothing here is demanded. Everything is invitation. You are not being asked, you are being reminded that giving in all its forms is simply love finding direction. Love clicks, shares, speaks, gives. Love keeps light alive. So as you finish this section, pause. Let peace settle again. The war between light and darkness will always exist, but your quiet acts of faith tilt the balance toward heaven's side. Chosen one, the covenant you protect, the kindness you express, the generosity you release, they all ripple outward. Your obedience, even in small gestures, becomes eternity's echo. And in the end, that's what all of this is about: light finding light, love recognizing love, heaven recognizing its reflection in you. Every act of love you release returns multiplied. The ripple you begin in silence becomes a wave of restoration, touching shores you may never see, but heaven always measures. Chosen one, keep shining gently. Your kindness rebuilds altars in unseen places. Somewhere, someone breathes easier because you chose to give, to share, to believe again. Chosen one. When two hearts stand in unity under heaven's direction, they cease being merely individuals, they become a beacon. A divine connection doesn't end with personal fulfillment. It expands outward like light spilling through cracks in a wall, touching everyone who steps near. That is heaven's design. What begins as private revelation becomes public restoration. When you and the one God sends walk together in obedience, your unity will start to shift the atmosphere. Conversations will feel different, environments calmer, and even chaos will seem to quiet in your presence. That's not coincidence, it's spiritual radiation. Light cannot hide, it naturally invades darkness. Your peace becomes an unspoken sermon, your laughter a melody that heals. As Jesus declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14, "You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden." Heaven never intended your bond to remain small. It designed it to illuminate. When two chosen ones live aligned with purpose, they become living proof that love anchored in God still exists. Others who have stopped believing in goodness will see your unity and begin to hope again. That's the quiet power of divine partnership. It preaches without words. Chosen one. This stage of your journey is not about the excitement of finding one another. It's about carrying light together. The energy between you is not merely affection, it is assignment. You are not paired for isolation, but for influence. Together, you are called to become a lighthouse for those lost in storms, a mirror reflecting heaven's endurance and grace. This doesn't mean perfection. Even beacons need maintenance. You will still face misunderstandings, external resistance, and moments of exhaustion. But the difference now is that you are no longer fighting alone. When one weakens, the other steadies. That rhythm is the heartbeat of heaven made visible through love. Your unity will start to attract both seekers and skeptics. Some will draw near for inspiration, others will question your peace. Do not waste energy defending what heaven has ordained. Light never argues with shadow. It simply shines until shadow disappears. The testimony of your endurance will speak louder than explanations. Chosen one, living as a beacon means embracing visibility without pride. The higher the light, the stronger the wind that tests it. Stay rooted in humility. Remember that influence is stewardship, not status. You are not chosen to be admired, you are chosen to be effective. Your visibility is a tool for hope, not applause. Let your connection model forgiveness, patience, and service. When others see two people choosing grace over pride, they will begin to believe that redemption is possible for them too. That is ministry in its purest form, not through speeches, but through silent consistency. There will be days when your light feels dim, when exhaustion makes you question your impact. Those are the days heaven refuels you quietly through simple gestures, a word, a song, a reminder that your presence still matters. Never underestimate the quiet influence of staying faithful. Chosen one. Being a beacon means you illuminate paths you may never walk. You inspire people whose names you'll never know. Some will watch you from afar, taking courage from your endurance. Others will meet you briefly, yet leave transformed by your gentleness. That's how heaven works. It multiplies through witness. Your task now is to remain transparent before God and tender toward others. Keep your flame pure, free from resentment, comparison, and pride. The moment light becomes self-centered, it stops guiding and starts blinding. Stay surrendered. Let your bond continue to point upward, reminding everyone that glory belongs to the source, not the vessels. Chosen one, your story will ripple beyond measure. The connection you guard, the peace you nurture, the kindness you offer, they all become echoes of heaven's intention. You are living proof that faith can be seen, that love can be holy, and that obedience still changes the world. Do not underestimate what you carry. Every step you take together leaves footprints of light for those who follow. What was once your private healing will become someone else's reason to hope. And that is the legacy heaven intended all along, that your union would become illumination. Your light will travel farther than your footsteps ever could. Even in silence, your presence will preach a living psalm of endurance, mercy, and divine love realized through unity. Chosen one, heaven delights in your quiet glow. Each act of kindness becomes a spark carried by angels, igniting faith in hidden corners you'll never see. Keep walking hand in hand with grace and with. The world may darken, but your light will never fade. It will only grow warmer, stronger, and unmistakably eternal. Chosen one, every journey written by heaven contains a moment, a quiet, unmistakable turning point when everything that once felt scattered suddenly aligns. This is the moment of prophetic fulfillment. The signs you wrestled with, the waiting you endured, the refining you survived, all converge into clarity so pure it silences every doubt you ever carried. You will look back and see how every delay was direction. Every closed door was protection. Every heartbreak was preparation. Nothing was wasted. Heaven has been consistent even when life felt chaotic. What you thought were detours were, in truth, the exact roads that led you here to this threshold where promise becomes reality. The ancient words recorded in Romans chapter 8, verse 28 still echo with truth. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who are called according to His purpose. Chosen one, this is the season where all things begin to make sense. The scattered pieces of your past, your tears, your victories, your losses, your lessons now fit together like a divine mosaic. Heaven never asked you to understand each piece. It only asked you to trust the one assembling them. When the fulfillment arrives, it may not come loudly. It won't always be wrapped in fireworks or grand gestures. Often, it slips into your life with quiet certainty, like sunrise spilling over mountains long before the world wakes. You will feel the shift before you see the manifestation. Peace will announce what words cannot. The person heaven chose for you will not enter as a rescuer, but as a reflection. They will not complete your story, they will join it. Their presence will not erase your independence, it will amplify your purpose. Together, you will walk out what you could never have carried alone. Chosen one, you will recognize the fulfillment because it feels like rest, not the rest of inactivity, but the rest of belonging, the rest of a soul that no longer searches, the rest of a heart that finally exhales after years of guarding itself. But fulfillment is not the end of the journey, it is the beginning of legacy. God did not bring you this far just to bless you. He brought you here to multiply impact. What the two of you carry will ripple across generations through love, through service, through obedience. Heaven's story for you is not small. There will be moments in this new chapter that evoke memories of your wilderness seasons. You will see shadows of old fears try to return, fear of loss, fear of vulnerability, fear of repeating the past. But this time, you will have strength you didn't possess then. You will stand with wisdom shaped through fire, discernment sharpened through solitude, and love purified through pain. Fulfillment does not erase your past, it redeems it. What once wounded you will become wisdom you carry with honor. What once broke you will become compassion that helps you heal others. What once made you question your worth will become the very proof of your endurance. And when heaven's promise stands before you, whether in the form of a person, a calling, a door opening, you will understand why it had to take this long. Quick blessings collapse easily, but enduring promises require time. God was not making you wait, He was making you ready. Chosen one, this is your arrival season, not an ending, but an unfolding. What you step into now is not temporary, it is rooted in eternity's intention. Walk with confidence, walk with gratitude. Walk knowing heaven has already gone ahead of you. There will be moments when the beauty of fulfillment overwhelms you, when tears come not from pain but from recognition. In those moments, whisper a quiet thank you. Heaven hears the language of gratitude more clearly than any other. And as you move forward, remain tender, stay teachable, stay surrendered. Fulfillment is sweetest when handled with humility. You are stepping into sacred space, into answered prayers, into alignment, into the chapter you once doubted would ever arrive. Chosen one, the journey, the waiting, the tears, all of it has brought you here. And heaven is not finished. The promise was not just to bless you, but to transform you into a vessel of peace, a carrier of light, a reflection of divine love on earth. This is the fulfillment. This is the moment everything shifts. This is where prophecy becomes reality and faith becomes sight. Walk forward, heaven is with you. Your story has only just begun. Every step from here carries the fragrance of destiny fulfilled and destiny still unfolding. Walk gently, shine boldly, and let heaven continue writing through your life. Chosen one, before this journey closes, let this final moment settle softly into your spirit. You have walked through revelation, refinement, alignment, and destiny. You have listened with an open heart, felt what your spirit needed to feel, and received what heaven intended for you in this season. If these words have held you, strengthened you, or spoken to places inside you that you thought no one could reach, then let your response be gentle and genuine. Tap like if you felt seen within these passages. Think of it as placing a small flame in a window, letting heaven know you are awake, aware, and walking forward in faith. Share this message if you sense someone else needs the same clarity. Sharing is never obligation, it is passing a lantern into someone else's night, giving them a light to walk with when their own feels dim. Leave a comment, even a few words about what resonated with you. Your reflection may be the very sentence another soul needs to breathe again. Comments can become threads of healing stitched across countless hearts. Subscribe if this space feels like a well where your spirit drinks deeply. Subscribing is not following, it's returning to a familiar garden where every new message brings a little more peace, a little more purpose. And if you feel moved, consider giving. Let any donation be a seed you place quietly into fertile soil, trusting it will grow into more messages, more comfort, more hope for others still wandering through their wilderness. Give only from peace, never pressure. Even the smallest seed can grow a forest when planted with love. Chosen one, thank you for walking through this journey. Your presence here matters, your light matters, and the world is better because you chose to listen, to believe, and to keep moving forward.